Girl 101 here, talking about the October 17, 2024 full moon in Aries. How you doing out there? I'm going to be going through all the zodiac signs, and we are going to do a little horoscope for you about this lunation. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. Trust you're all doing well out there, and if you're not, deep breaths. Welcome to planet Earth. It's all about the cycles, and boy oh boy do the planets represent those. So here we have the chart, and it's the full moon in Aries, and Aries is a spring zodiac sign. It's the first sign of the astrological wheel, and we have the moon lighting it up. And the moon connected to fortune, memory. It's very loving. It's very caring and nurturing, the moon. It's all about people and uniting. The moon is the most loving planet out there. It's always about love and people and uniting and connecting and blessing us with fortune. And the moon is all about intuition, feelings, and emotions. And boy, oh boy, don't they fluctuate all the time. So we've got a full moon in that spring zodiac sign of Aries, lighting up something that's very young and fertile within us all. And when we have young, fertile feelings ruled by the zodiac, ruled by the planet Mars, we've got a passionate new beginning that we want to start. We're very connected, instinctually drawn to start something, and we feel good in Aries, and the moon's lighting it up. We feel good about starting something fresh and really living our best lives that we possibly can. This moon is lighting up the potential to start something that feels connected to your heart chakra. Mars currently is transiting in the cardinal yin water sign of Cancer, and Cancer is the summer sign, so it's very summery, and Mars is transiting in Cancer, the summer sign, and the moon is lighting up the spring sign. Cardinal signs herald in changes, and there's change that is lighting up here on this day, and the cosmos and its beauty and archetypal beauty is showing you where you may be feeling vulnerable to start something. It can be tricky when you want to start something that you love from your heart, and you could be feeling vulnerable about this new beginning and this new start. You could be feeling a little bit out of your depth, water, Cancer, because it is Cancer, the summer sign. Yeah, we're talking about really being aware of the sun, the summertime, that season, that where everyone's out and enjoying life and just living their bliss in summer. And the full moon is asking us to start something that will keep us feeling like we're living in a perpetual summer where the heat is always on. You're ready to begin something, and this Aries moons, new moons, and full moons will always, at mostly, I would be confident in saying, want us to start something and initiate. And that takes bravery and guts, very Aryan, very martial. It takes guts to start shining and stepping out there. And this full moon is going to have you feeling like that. Mars is transiting in a zodiac sign that it's in fall in. So simply put, Mars that rules this full moon, where we're feeling young and we want to start and we're ready to go, is in full, and basically in a short nutshell, Mars doesn't have the resources to start this new beginning quite confidently. It could be feeling a little bit ginger. Um, that's not all doom and gloom. That simply means Mars needs to be more strategic, be more patient and savvy, and how it's going to start this new beginning with more optimism and collecting its resources in different places. Quite simply, it's nothing to be scared about. It actually develops muscles and street smarts and new ways of achieving what your heart's desire is. Very moon, very lunar. So this full moon is just really lighting it all up. What do you want to start? What do you love? What are you ready for? It could feel that good, but you might need to scramble and really establish new resources that can support you and not make you feel a little lost. So having certainty about this new start and the confidence to go forward with ruthless ambition and reckless abandonment may need some finessing. You've got this, trust me. So if we pull this chart apart and get all technical, I think we're going to really lose what this ultimately is about. The moon is lighting up the spring and young fertile sides of us, and we're ready to take action. And Mars, quite simply, will just need to rally in different ways of accomplishing what it actually loves and wants to build and grow in the future. But it can do it. When you're down and out, when Mars is down and out, which he is at the moment, traditionally in fall, in Cancer, he's down and out, not doing so great in the summer. Or not being, really being on show as well. Summertime, where everyone's out and about and can see. Mars is on show, and when he's not, looking his dandy best and wearing the latest Chanel jewelry and perfume and outfits, that gives you a sensation of vulnerability and being less than. And no one wants to feel that they don't fit in. But this full moon will certainly deliver Mars in Cancer enough illumination about before you get into exposing yourself or getting too far ahead of yourself. Maybe let's have a reduction and let's go back to brass tacks. Let's get down to brass tacks about where we need to begin again and re-strategize. Let's go back to the spring, for example. So let's go back to April of 2024, where maybe in your personal experience have things gotten ahead of you or out of reach. And this moment is an adjustment moment. It's a sit with and go, okay, might have just got ahead of myself here. And that's okay. That's what life is. We get ahead of ourselves and we fuck up sometimes. Far out. We're human. So this is the checking in point of realizing how vulnerable you are or how many resources you don't have at arm's reach. And you may need to just pull it back, rein it in to get to your heart's desire in a different way. And it might take a little longer to accomplish that. And that's okay. Why you have to go back to a drawing board simply is you learn something new while you're restructuring and redeveloping and going back over details. You learn more. And while that's very frustrating, very Saturnian, you learn something through doing the hard yards. So if you have to go back to the drawing board about what you love and what you want to begin, and what you want to start, and all the resources aren't there, that's okay. Just do things the best way you can. One step forward, simple as. This could really feel like going back to the drawing board, guys. Which, to be fair, the sun is in Libra. I mean, Libra is the sign of things where we weigh things up, the scales. We're weighing things up and we're seeing things. Is something sustainable, or do we need to bring something more back in to balance things up that have gone a little out of hand? It's okay. It's part of life. You'll get there. It just may be a little vulnerable to admit that you're a little ahead of yourself and you need to just have a good think about going back to the beginning to get stronger, frankly, is all that Mars wants to do, is get stronger. And on this day, on the full moon, you'll see that Mars isn't as strong as you'd like to be and needs to go back to begin again. I think that's all we need to say. We're just talking about the full moon. That's my take on the full moon. I will throw out there in this video a mundane opinion of, speaking of mundane astrology, we could see in the public, I would say that we would be looking at people announcing that they're going to be present. Like I would say something very mundane or very simple, like there's big concerts announced, and then we find out that unfortunately one of the band members has passed and they can't perform in all the different countries. Something very basic like that. I am certainly not dumbing down death. Please do not take it that way. But something like that could happen. And possibly you could see a restructuring going on with youth. I've got children, so this could have to do with something with education, children, something new there that needs to be something with education. Maybe they've gone too far with something, or they have to retract, or be a reduction in school or education is something I'm getting. Schools are very highlighted for me here. So that's what I'm saying about mundane astrology. Okay. So for Aries, this full moon is lighting up your first house. So this is about how you feel, about how far you've come since you started something. So whether it be a relationship, a job, a career pursuit, a physical procedure, a makeover, diet, for example, therapy. It's to do with psychology, the first house of starting therapy, or something psychological needs you've been trying to work through. This is the day, Aries, for you, where you might be feeling you need to start restructuring your body or yourself to make you come off stronger or more educated in some way, shape or form, or work through some deep psychological issues that may be really holding you back, or feeling gun shy or not as confident as you could be. So yes, this full moon for you, Aries, is all about where do you need to go back to the drawing board to feel youthful again? What do you want to start that makes you feel good, that you may need to be a little more tempered and measured and not so hot and like, oh, I just want it now. You might just need to learn a little bit more and have a reduction in activity to build stronger muscles for yourself and get stronger in the body with your psychology and your physical health and appearance. Taurus, this is happening in your 12th house. So this is The 12th house is very mysterious. It's where things that we can't see, and people can't see it. And the 12th house usually is an aversion to the first house. So this is something you may not see coming, Taurus. So this could, for you, this could be something really quite shocking happening connected to travel, international concerns. Uh, this could also indicate a sudden, dare I say, a loss of some form, a losing somebody. Uh, uh, you could be feeling like you're losing yourself as well, and you may need to have a reduction in overindulgence with your daily wine, for example. Something like that could be happening for you, Taurus. But this is certainly lighting up the potential to, change your travel plans because something's not quite right or something changes. And of course, the death of something or someone changes you quite profoundly and is sort of taking you back to somewhere very distant as well to begin something again. So for you, Taurus, this looks like a something you didn't see coming, unfortunately. It's the 12th place. That's the way life is sometimes. Yeah, a full moon lighting up something you didn't see or something you weren't aware of, if you will, coming to the surface for you to see, and it may have you backtracking and really scrambling and changing your plans. Gemini, this full moon is happening in your 11th place, so your friends could be going through some huge changes. Also, people that are connected to your professional life as well, going through changes or systems changing with your professional life, connected to your career and how you're actually seen. So you could have. I'm laughing. I mean, well, yeah, I'm not apologizing for laughing, but if I can say it plainly, Gemini, this is like seeing a completely different side of a boss or a friend. They are losing their shit. This is how it feels for Gemini. And you're just like, whoa, hang on a minute. Calm down. All is not lost. So you may be really nursing some friends or people in positions of power that you didn't think you were going to be nursing. Something as very simple as that, Gemini. Cancer, this is happening in your 10th place. And this is very public. So the 10th place is a very public place. It's your name. So how people, are you a Mrs. or a Mrs.? It's your label. Dare I say a 3D comment like that, but it is. Welcome to planet Earth. We get slapped with labels, and you're known as a dentist. Cancer, dentist. Cancer is a dentist. You are a dentist. That's your label. That's how people know you. It's to do with your professional life and professional public standing and your career choices and the paths that you're on. So this full moon is really giving you an opportunity to restructure your business plans, your career plans. And there could be a level of frustration, yeah, connected to that. But it's almost like maybe something you got ahead of yourself on regarding your professional trajectory, and you need to rein something in on this day. So it could be a little bit of feeling like you got egg on your face, is what I'm getting for you, Cancer. Sorry about that, but that's what I'm getting for you, Cancer. All the glitters is not gold. You really don't have your shit together, and you may be falling apart in public. So, yeah, interesting lunation for you, Cancer. Leo, this is happening in your 9th place. Okay, so your 9th place is it's where you learn and grow. You really learn and grow in the 9th house. So there is something that is you're really connected to beginning again, travel, learning something, learning about different culture, into like establishing new bonds with different people, places, and faces. You're ready to open up. And if that's the case, Leo, that apart from that being amazing and wanting to international and foreign connections and media and publishing as well is highlighted. So if this is lining up where you just may feel you're not that educated, you're just really not that, you're really not quite sure about your spiritual beliefs, your philosophy about life, then you could have tension or an argument with someone about religion on this day, something really silly like that, Leo. But you've got this sense of, you wanting something to start, and it's really like, yeah, I'm ready to go, but there's a checking in here for you, Leo, that you may not like, and you might have to, in my passed on father's words, cop it sweet on this day. You just may not know everything, and you may need to go back to the drawing board. Any legal situations that you're connected to, Leo, will be highlighted on this day and possibly exacerbating. So watch for out of the blue problems with law. Don't go speeding, Leo. Bloody leadfoots. Virgo, for you, this is your 8th place. Oh, so this is an inversion she is. So this is like a revelation, if you will, that full moon lighting up. Something that you thought was come to its maturity isn't. So an investment or a property, the end of a legal situation regarding inheritance, something's coming back for you to readjust. So you could be learning some really harsh truths about your finances here, debt and taxes. You thought that was said and done. No, I think not. Virgo, you need to get something sorted in your financial space. And if you have a partner, it could be some ugly reveals with a partnership as well, be it business or intimate. You can have a plethora of partners. Thought was an asset that was going to flourish or a contract that was going to come good sort of falls short. So not a particularly easy one for you, Virgos. A Libra, this is happening for you in your 7th place of endings, release. It's the house of rest. So Libra, it's almost like you knew this was coming to an end. So letting go of a contract, letting go of a relationship that you've developed for a while. You may have been thinking about this for some time, but this is the time where you finally let a relationship, contract, or an agreement go, Libra. And for Librans as well, this may also highlight, if you will, the moon, how your relationships are tracking, how they're going. Is there something simmering beneath the surface that you guys are too polite to not talk about? I think your partner might be showing a different side on this day, and you may be treading some very careful waters, if you will. I don't recommend anyone do that and feel suppressed, but I think for Librans, I think you might be realizing on this day that you really do stretch yourself too thin and give people a really wide berth and a cosmic green pass to do them. And you just may be calling out someone's bullshit on this day as well, Libra. Good for you. Scorpio. This is happening for you in your house of work, health and services and pets. So dare I say it, Scorpio, ooh, have you been eyeing off a pet for some time and now you finally get it? Or you have a problem with a pet. There's a problem with a pet. That could be a little difficult to deal with. So for Scorpios, watch your little fur babies, please, on the 17th of October. And this is also the house where we do a lot of heavy lifting and work. We do a lot in the 6th place. And this could feel like you've been wanting to change something up in your workplace, or even co-workers, something changing there that started a little while ago. But you certainly just want to get something back in your daily environment that makes you feel good. And that could also mean at the same time realizing you need to, maybe say goodbye to a pet and bring in a new one, or change up something to do with your health. And so, yeah, not particularly easy, Scorpio, for you really either. Okay, Sagittarius, this is all about you fun and love and just really good stuff. So Sagittarians, I mean, you really, this could be like a romance coming back from the past, or realizing you've been dating for a little while and then you're just like, oh, I don't know, do we need to have a good talk on this day? So this could be like a deep talk with a relationship or dating, or a partner that you've been dating for a little while, or someone you're connected to romantically. So maybe you're like, oh, we need to have a chat. And maybe it's a little bit dicey, but something needs to be said, I think, here, Sagittarius. And it also could definitely illuminate pregnancy and children as well. Those topics could be strongly connected to you on this day. And also we're talking about investments and sports and athletics, getting into the gym. Like the fifth house is where we get our adrenaline pumping. So for you, Sagittarius, it's like, oh, I'm really ready to start something, but it's like, oh no, we need to really think about this first. So before you make that, certain investment, or, commit to a romantic partner, it's just something that needs to be, talked about first. It could be a little sensitive, but, we all have to have those chats sometimes. And if you're not having any conversations, or really just, keeping a lid on it, this is the day where it might be difficult to not speak your mind. Capricorn, this is happening in your fourth house. Whoa, this is really subterranean. Okay, Capricorn, this is going deep, y'all. We're talking about this is something that is very historical. So something that's revealed on this day has a very big history to it, connected to family, real estate, and property, even your heritage or ancestry. So really going down those proverbial, like reconnecting with family members that you may have been distant from since April, for example. This is as far as you can go. You can't stand the distance between you and this family member, or a home that you used to call home. You need to go back, you need to reconnect, because you just feel like, where's my family? So Capricorn, I think you're being a little bit squishy, but for some reason there's a conflict or tension that is hard to address while you connect again or reconnect. So yeah, very interesting lunation for you, Capricorns. Aquarius, this is happening in your third place. So this is all about your siblings, your cousins in neighborhood, and just where your normal haunts, if you will. It's like, this is my cafe. Everyone knows that's my cafe. That sort of very familiar thing in your life, Aquarius. So something lighting up that third place is like, wow, am I in the right environment? I thought all was good, but then I'm seeing that I'm not real sure this is the right move. So there could be just feeling like you're going back to school, you're relearning something. It just makes you feel a little infantile, is what I'm getting, and not a great feeling, but it just feels like you're the new kid in on the block on the 17th of October, and it's going to take a little bit of navigating before you feel bold enough to step out there confidently. So yeah, you maybe need to learn something, go back to the drawing board and be a student again, is what I'm getting for you, Aquarius, on the 17th. And Pisces for you, this is happening in your second place of assets, resources, possessions, things that support you. It's where you go back to school and you learn skills that build character for you and support you. So this is highlighting something that, it's might have been troubling you for quite some time, Pisces. Is something to do with your assets and possessions, not finding something solid and stable. You've been, maybe something's been brewing for a long time and you've sort of just overlooked it, not given it enough attention. But on this day, you could really be feeling the heat about your finances and possessions. And so I'd watch for being really vulnerable. So what's your possessions, literally? Don't leave your keys in the car. Don't leave the door unlocked. Simple things like that. You might be a little bit more exposed to robbery, is what I'm sorry, I get. And also just feeling like you're all about the money, and on this day you could be really pissed off about the fact that you're all about money, or you're thinking nothing but about money. And that could be frustrating. And that just tells you that, the pinch is on, and this could have started in April all the way back then. And if you've been had an investment, or you thought things are going to come to fruition, all is not really said and done, Pisces. So you might have to go back to the drawing board and rally in resources is what I'm getting for you. So that's the astrology, what I'm getting or feeling for this full moon on October 17. Trust in the process of going back before you go forward, because you learn more, and you actually get an opportunity to see things clearly, or see things that you overlooked and you go, oh wow, and that actually becomes a good thing for you. So I hope you have a great day on October 17, 2024, guys. As far as publicly on the world stage, turn the TV off if it's too much for you. Send love and light to people that you can't presently be near or help at the moment. And just know that we're all in this cosmic soup together. Much love and light. If you know your rising sign with the astrology, I've uploaded the rising sign astrology for the month of October, so you may want to have a look at that. Take care, guys. I'm Cosmic Girl 101, signing off.